Hello, and welcome to another episode of Soul Talk, where we talk to citizen with members of the community. Today is July 28th, 2022, at least in North and South America still. And we are live on YouTube and Twitch, so say hello and chat if you're in here with us. So appreciate it. Today I'm joined by co-host. Oh, I didn't change your name. That's one.
I'm Griffin Gaming PC.
Already off the rails. But I'm joined by Kalrati, not Griffin Gaming. So I'll fix that in a moment. How are you doing, Kalrati?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing excellent. I'm doing perfect. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be talking with you beautiful people. And I can't wait to get on with the show.
Yeah, it's been a slow week. Absolutely nothing happened this week.
Yeah, especially
nothing
today.
Happened today.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Within the last 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I forget. San Diego Comic-Con happened earlier this week, right?
Yes.
That was a big thing that happened this week.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And if they catch you out in San Diego Comic-Con?
Yeah. So I definitely saw, of course, the Black Panther trailer. Shed a tear from that.
What? The Black Panther trailer?
And I definitely also saw the She-Hulk one. That one surprised me because I wasn't really expecting much from the teaser, but when I saw the second teaser, second trailer for it,
better.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to it now. And then I didn't see the Groot trailer just yet. I'm kind of waiting for tomorrow or later tonight to check it out. But
it's really a teaser more than a trailer. They didn't really say so much. So yeah, you're not missing much.
Okay. Well, that's cool then. I haven't seen the Dungeons and Dragons one either, though, but I'm looking forward to seeing that one too.
I know there was a link that showed like a half hour of all the trailers that San Diego Comic-Con dropped.
Okay.
I watched I've already seen like half of them on my own, but I haven't gotten to the link yet. So maybe I'll do that after this now.
Right. Same here.
All right, so I think we have quite a bit to get through, so I'm going to do my thing, and then you can start dragging people in. So,
all right.
You ready?
Do your thing. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. I have seen gods fly. I have seen build weapons that I can't even imagine. I have seen alien drop from the sky, but I have never seen anything like this. What happens now determines what happens to the rest of the world. That's it.
The first line you said, oh man, the first line that you said sounded familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. I can't.
So just you want to drag people down? All right, I can do it.
I got it. Don't worry. Oh, you got it.
All
Okay,
right.
cool.
Yeah, I got it. So dragging people down. So far, we have Anvil Kusanagi. We have Face to Face. Anvil Kusanagi. I dragged you. I said your name for my bad. Anvil Kusanagi, Face to Face, Gomab, Kaizen, and Poppin' Face. How's everybody doing?
Oh,
pretty good yourself. How are you?
Doing good. Yeah.
All right, so I'll say it again, just so people can get the full bit. So here we go. I have seen gods fly. I have seen men build weapons that I can't even imagine. I've seen aliens drop from the sky, but I've never seen anything like this. What happens now determines what happened to the rest of the world. What, someone got it?
Wakanda forever, baby.
Nope. Nope. It's not Wakanda forever.
Are you sure?
Black Panther.
There you go.
He's Black Panther. I was like, of course it's Black Panther. No, all right.
Yes. Wakanda forever is the title for the second one. You can't say that.
All
Black Panther one.
Well, I have you seen the second one? Because I haven't yet.
Oh, okay. No, I get what I say.
But that is the title, the subtitle for the second movie. So yeah,
you're right.
You gotta be more specific.
You're right.
All right, so let's hop on in with the rest of the show because I think we got quite a bit to get through. So here we go.
Let's go.
So I got the sneak peek from last week, and the subtitle is "Oh Moonshine, Take Us to the Stars Tonight." I had no idea where that was taken from, but anyone knows where that subtitle is from?
No, I think it's just I think he's just talking about getting blasted.
dead.
Yeah.
Actually,
So-
it's a Bruno Mars song called Moonshine.
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently so. Never heard that
Yeah.
one before.
Yeah, then I listened to it before the show. I was like, oh, it's not a bad song, in my opinion.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Right.
what people think of the screenshot? Yeah,
think-
well, I guess they're doing something.
I think this is very obviously a continuation of the series of, oh, look, pyro stuffs. This is going to be a very cool point of interest. This is going to be a, it's a still, which is a money-making situation for one of the criminal organizations there. I think that you'll probably see missions to go and infiltrate and, people doing firefights to try to take it over or whatever. And yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, it makes
What
me
it
think
really
of,
is, it's a sneak peek of next year's Luminalia gifts. More screenshots.
Actually,
oh, you're so long. You're so long.
yeah.
By the way,
next year-
I got to give props to BBG, but it's like Laming, because he said Rosh to T'Challa, and I believe that is correct. So yeah, I missed that. So props to BBG for that.
there you
So
go.
yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, is anyone going to be brewing some alcohol in Pyro when they get the chance?
I,
to
I,
make some money.
I don't think that we're in a situation. I've heard some chatter from some folks that like, could this be crafting? And it's like, dude, you're setting this up for people to get.
Yeah,
you're setting it up
for
way too
disappointment
early.
there.
to
Too
be
much copium.
It
disappointed.
could be.
It is. I think crafting.
Don't
for
listen
sure
to
is coming.
Twerk.
I think crafting for sure is coming long down the line. I think right now this is a very cool point of interest. This is going to be a place where you can maybe pick up missions from this, like from the area here, like the criminals will like, hey, smuggle this moonshine over to wherever, or missions to go and shut it down, from a rival gang or whatever. I just think it's a cool point of interest.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Does anyone else have any thoughts about that? Any disagree?
I feel like what they're showing off here is, oh look, our AI can do more stuff now.
That's a good point also. Oh, by the way, hey J2.
Yo,
Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah, it
so
makes me
yeah.
think of what's the old movie with Will Smith?
We don't talk about Will
The
Smith no more
alien-
ever since the incident.
Oh,
No,
God.
Which
Which one, Pops? What are you talking about, Pops?
You got to
Men
talk
in
to you
Black.
gotta, Captain
Independence
Slappy
Day?
Hands.
Yeah, Men in Black when
Men in Black. Okay.
when he said the international kegger. So I guess
There you go.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Moonshine is on the star tonight. So yeah, more pyro stuff like you said, more NPC stuff like you said. So that's probably what that is. Hopefully we'll be seeing more pyro soon. So yep. All right. So up next we have. Oh, this will be fun. I don't know if people had a chance to watch this thing, but yeah, this is the Battle of the Bricks. Star Citizen versus EVE Online. I watched the whole thing last week. I forgot to take notes, but there was some trivia stuff. I bombed so badly on the trivia stuff. There was some
You're not
giveaways.
alone.
Like the first 5 or 6 spins were giveaways from Star Citizen, because there's no way that wheel was weighted or anything like that. Did anyone else have a chance to watch?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, watch a lot of
yeah,
them.
watched live.
Yeah, what do people think? I thought it was fun. It wasn't like a laugh minute or anything, but it was great. It was great to watch, and all this was for charity. I get that in a moment, but yeah, what do people think?
That wheel was definitely rigged.
Oh yeah, there were serious issues with that wheel. You could see it; it was clearly off balance. See, it would go one way and back the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes one way and then spin backward. Three slots all the time.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought both groups had a great time. As you said, it was for a fantastic cause, helping kids to get access to things to make their life better. I think that in a world today where you see so many things where oh, I like this game. Well, I like that game. Well, we got to hate each other. It's awesome to see grown-ups demonstrate that, nah, man, we're all space nerds. We can love each other. It's all good. And we can build shit with Legos and, like, you know, work together. And yeah, I think it was fantastic.
Yeah, since you mentioned that, I put it on the screen now. Citizen Star Citizen versus EVE Online Battle of the Brick. Silicon Miracle Network Hospital. They raised almost 22, or more, they made over $2,100 for the charity, and they have a goal at 500,000. But it's set at 250,000, and I believe 500,000. They're gonna exchange shirts or it's cocktails. So I think it was shirt, but I think someone will wear like a Star Citizen shirt on EVE Online or EVE Online shirt on Star Citizen, and vice versa. But if we go up to 500,000, they'll do both. So
No,
yeah,
that's not a shirt. That's a tattoo.
Tattoo. Okay, yeah. I
Oh,
forgot.
wait.
I forgot what yeah, you're right. It's tattoo, so something a bit more permanent.
Yeah, I was like, who the hell thought of that
more
idea?
permanent.
They're a jerk.
So yeah, did you put the link to the charity in the chat for me, please?
Is that buy everybody?
No, that's the Tilify. Yeah, it's a
Okay, take a
Tilify
look
link,
at it.
so appreciate it. So yeah, they're $21,000 so far. Trying to get to 500,000. So it's a good cause to give to. But right here, what we're looking at is the dreaded wolffish that Disco Lando tried to sacrifice himself to do. It was a lot of fun, and I feel sorry for Disco because this one wound up not counting.
Yeah, about 80% of all Scottish and Icelandic food is basically based on a dare.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do it. How about anyone else? Anyone else ever had a wolffish?
Never. I don't think I'm gonna do that ever.
I haven't had the wolffish, but I have had the shark fin with the Brennivin, and it's pretty disgusting. It's pretty disgusting. And I've eaten balut.
Does it smell as bad as they describe it?
No, it's worse.
Oh,
It's worse.
It's worse. I mean, to put it into terms, because I think probably a lot of Western people maybe aren't going to be visiting Iceland anytime soon. Let me just say, you ever been behind a dumpster at a Chinese food place the day that they're supposed to pick up trash in the middle of the summer when it's like 120 degrees outside? Yeah.
Dang.
very favorable.
Yeah.
Dang. So I don't know what it is about the Icelandic, because I mean they were able to eat it and not be affected at all, and they were like, yeah, it's like it's a European thing, Icelandic thing. I don't know, but yeah, I feel sorry for Jared for going through this.
Well, I mean,
just imagine if you try to feed somebody chitlins. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing, though. Chitlins. No, wait. I gotta stand up in favor of chitlins now. Chitlins don't taste all that bad, and they don't. I mean, they taste good. They don't smell that bad, but it smells really bad when you're cooking them for the whole day.
Yeah,
it smells way worse then than when you actually serve it up. This stuff smells bad when you serve it up.
Oh, okay.
A Viking thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Good Lord.
Cyber. This is the Viking thing.
Well, if it's worse than, if it smells worse than chitlins.
Oh, it smells way worse than chitlins when you're cooking.
Wow.
That's bad.
Oh, I do have to give props to the builders. They did a pretty good job. I mean, I was expecting Jake to win, but he had triples, so it fell apart, and he couldn't pick it up. He couldn't pick it back up. So I was rooting for Jake, obviously, but oh well. So yeah, it was a fun event. I recommend people check it out. Like I said, it's not a laughing minute, but it is hilarious at the time. I'm gonna, before we leave
Still,
this
I prefer
completely. Go ahead.
I prefer these type of things to the dev episodes of SCL. You know, when we just sit there watching them make a bobblehead for an hour.
Well, I mean, yeah, but this was the combined collaborative effort between EVE
Exactly.
Online and
But still, more like events and special events type things like this would be fun. Overall, this was good. I enjoyed Battle of the Bricks. Some things I think they could have done better on. That wheel, like we said, was definitely sketched. The brick walk thing, the Lego walk, that was a half-assed attempt. They could have done much better with the Lego walk, I feel.
Yeah,
but other than that,
who wears socks? I mean, come on now.
What I would like to see is something more based on like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Lego thing was cool. I dig it. I thought it was awesome. I would love to see them get together and go at it in a situation where it's like 2 hours of PvP, 1 hour of everybody doing PvP in Star Citizen, and 1 hour of everybody doing PvP in EVE, or like contests of stuff like mining in Star Citizen, mining in EVE, ratting in EVE, or in Star Citizen you would call that like bounty hunting. It could be cool.
Yeah, wasn't really clear whether or not the EVE Online people play Star Citizen.
Yeah, I was wondering about
I'm pretty sure some of the Star Citizen
Yeah.
people play EVE Online, but I wasn't sure about the vice versa.
Well, that could be part of the fun.
Yeah.
True.
What's good though is that given the size of the gaming industry as an entertainment sector compared to many of those other industries, it's nice to see these things, especially when it comes to donating, to children's needs, et cetera, because I mean, if we look back and especially recently at the collective revenue in the gaming industry compared to the sports and movie industries and those things, and we see that of course we can't really know or specifically say right now, and when I say right now, like right now while we're live, how much money the gaming industry makes, but compared to those, they make a lot. So to see these things, the funds being generated, being donated to something to a cause like this, given the size of the game industry, it will be nice to see more, especially larger industries or larger game developers and studios and companies doing things like these to give back.
Absolutely.
By
Well
the way,
said.
this is the climatic ending of the Battle of the Brick live stream, and Jared wins. He wins.
I just want to throw this out there. Does anybody think that it was going to be a fist fight between the Star Citizen people and the EVE people?
Only in chat.
I know. I
was thinking in chat.
I just wanted to say it.
I think it comes back to the fact that it's like, while sometimes a lot of the fans might get, salty
Right.
with each other back and forth, when you see the people up here, when you see the people that are working it, these guys get it because they're in the life. And so they get it that it's like, no, man, we're space game nerds. We're all space nerds. We're rooting for Elon. We're rooting for JAXA. We're rooting for the ESA. We're rooting for NASA. We're rooting for the other space games. We're rooting for space movies and TV shows. I guarantee you, everybody up on that panel, whether they were on the Star Citizen side or the EVE side, they're loving the Orville. They're loving Star Trek Strange New Worlds. They're loving, all of this stuff. And like, that's the thing, man. We got to realize that we're stronger together, we're allies. It shouldn't be EVE versus Star Citizen. It should be, if we're going to be honest, it should be the space game nerds versus everybody else, versus the, like the shooter people or whatever. We need to be advocating for all of our space game stuff and saying, hey, come try this stuff. It doesn't matter if you try mine, but just try one of them and let them find their way into the community.
That's true.
Exactly.
Well put. Thank you.
That's right. But Montoya said you can't have two space games. The hidden rule there.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so I think we're going to jump around. I know I have. Oh, well, let me do this first. So, before we get to the big stuff, version 2.31 of I guess Spectrum. Now only support Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Edge browsers exclusively. So if you use Opera, you're gonna have to download an extension in order to use it with the Spectrum. So yeah. And also the issue console too. So
More importantly,
Chrome, Firefox,
who uses
Safari, and
Edge? Even Bill Gates doesn't use Edge. What the
Come
hell?
on.
Yeah.
Edge is used every time somebody reinstalls Windows to download Firefox or Chrome.
That's what it is.
Come on now.
I use
What's
Edge
wrong
for
with
like 5
Opera?
minutes.
They probably
Opera.
they probably need time to
I'm not talking mess on Opera. I'm just talking mess on Chrome.
No.
I'm
I'm saying, why don't they have a native support for Opera? Come on now.
Because it's just Chromium, isn't it?
Maybe they talk about it, but they said that you can get a agent user switch add-on to Opera, so that'll make it work. But yeah, for some reason they chose not to use Opera. I mean, like they have like 99% of the user of the internet browser base covered with just these 4, right?
They have 99% of the browser base covered with just Chrome.
In fact, I actually use Brave and it's working like without any hitches. Also.
Wow, I'm just curious though. Who uses
Look underneath.
Safari?
Is it Chromium? Isn't Brave and Opera, aren't they built on versions of Chromium?
So I was actually wondering about that myself. That it's coincidental that you brought that up because I'm not sure. It could be.
Yeah.
I know that some folks were experiencing issues when they were using Brave when this first came online, but I wasn't experiencing issues at all. So I was like, okay.
So somebody just questioned who uses Internet Explorer, and let me tell you, everybody that's on their iPhone or iPad, that's the only people. Right?
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm looking at
Safari,
though.
Safari
is Mac.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Safari.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say you said Internet Explorer. You said iPhone. I'm like, what?
No, because that's the ones that they got up there. It's Safari is the one that I'm thinking.
Safari.
Yeah.
Those are all
like,
iPad people. Because who uses Safari on a computer, really? Like,
I mean,
a lot of Mac users.
Mac,
Okay.
I know that for sure.
All right.
Yeah, but you can't.
People that have drank the Kool-Aid.
Wait. Hold on. Don't.
All right. Let's
Wait a minute.
Let's not start a flame war. But I'm pretty sure there are people who play Star Citizen who plays on Windows, but they also own an iPhone, so they access the internet on a phone, an iPhone. So I think that's why Safari covered.
Yep.
All right. So now
this
on
will be
to
the thing that
big
finally
news.
forces me to upgrade from Netscape.
Oh,
to the
my
big
goodness.
news.
I was gonna say, good thing.
Alpha 317.2. So what time did the people say it dropped? Does anyone know?
Like a half an hour ago.
Half an hour? Yeah. So
Not long.
Yeah.
I had the show prepped and ready. I had the docket ready, and then thanks, DIG. Threw everything out the window. We gotta do this now. So yeah, welcome to 317.2.
It was 23:45 UTC. No.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes,
it was.
Yeah, like about an hour ago.
Quarter to
So,
8.
yeah, they have a trailer and everything. We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, so you got the season of thing, increased player cap, dual reclaimers, and Anvil Centurion, AI improvement, colonial outpost, legal delivery missions, enhanced combat assist beacons, and prepare to fight back. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff there. Let me see what kind of shit they are advertising here. Oh, more ship deal. So you got the I can't really.
Is the Centurion out yet?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's public now.
Yeah. So we're gonna watch the commercial real quick, and then we'll get to the Centurion.
Hey, happy birthday! Oh my god! We're under attack. Security's been overrun. Please, help us.
Here's the situation. Ninetales attacks these commercial platforms. Gather any gear you need and help us take them back.
And my mistake, that was the Siege of Austin commercial.
Yeah.
So we could talk about that briefly. So I think everyone here except me probably plays the Siege of Austin already, correct?
Yes.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I haven't played it yet.
without spoiling the too much, everyone here pretty much think it's enjoyable.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Siege of Orison, yeah.
Yeah, especially the part where the Yeti comes out, fastcart, you're gonna love that.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
My,
My favorite part of the whole Siege of Orison was when we get to the third platform and you open up the container and Fastcart was in there in his cart. He was just doing little donuts. He was spinning around doing donuts. I was like, Fastcart, what you doing?
They asked me to get inside a cake and then surprise people about popping out of it. So
Nice.
Yeah, the cake's right here in this storage container. Just wheel up in there.
I was like, why is he wearing that gold shirt? Never mind.
How?
Moving on from that, this starts it now for P17 commercial. So here we go. There we go. So yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff to look forward to. Is anyone still installing it? And installing 317 too? I haven't installed it yet because
I think many are trying to get into it.
He's downloading.
I'm in the game right now. I'm at Area 18 as we speak.
Okay.
Like the only one.
And how's the performance so far, Go Map?
Yeah, fantastic. There's 96 people in the server.
Oh, nice.
What frame rate are you getting?
Right now in Area 18, I'm at around 70, 60, 68, 69, 70. Yep.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well,
Cool.
pick me up a double dog.
Double the nutrition.
Well, they haven't implemented double nutrition yet, so you better off just getting two singles.
Soon, TM.
So Scavenger's saying he's got the 1608 code. He can't get in. I know that's an issue where there are people who can't get into the game.
Yeah.
So
that's the same thing.
106 people in his server.
Yeah, only the elite, actual real gamers can get in right now. The other guys,
Wow.
That's
Well, I don't know how you got in. No, I'm just. I didn't. It was just laying on the table.
Wow.
Just laying on the table, and I picked it up and put it in my mouth and.
Alley-oop.
See, you see the put it in your mouth, man. That's you don't know what's
right about that. Like a 2-year-old. Put it all in my
Anyway,
mouth.
back to the topic at hand. 17.2 is out. All right, so we go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I was going to move on to the Anvil Centurion. So there's a whole bunch of people on our Discord, the Soul Citizen Discord server, trying to get the price, and I don't think anyone got the exact price. So some people were like $5 off. There's no people trying to take about 100. But yeah, it is $95 war bond and $110 with RSI credit. Is that too much, too little? What do people think?
So that puts it
Not bad.
cheaper than the Tonk. That puts it cheaper than the whatchamacallit, the crap. What am
Ballista.
the Ballista. There you go. Thank you.
That's pretty close to what we thought.
Yeah. In the range, but
We were talking about that today, yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
they
it was
also-
going to be more just because they like money.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was going to be more myself, given that you know it's close to the gold standard than any other of the vehicles and everything. So I thought that they had a justification to price it higher as well. But
Well, I mean, everyone should be happy that it's not another Cutlass Steel, right?
I mean, if
Yeah,
you get a
exactly.
ballista or two, a few ballistas out there, you could just be sitting in that thing for, an entire event. If the ballista's just taking stuff down left and right, and I mean, you don't even need that thing. But I mean, the idea is you'd have to have resupply for the ballista to keep it going.
Yeah, they're gonna go together like
Like
Like,
peas in a pod.
like macaroni and cheese
Like peas and
powder
rice.
and steak.
Wow.
Like an angry
Okay.
couple.
They also sell some packs, so they got the $210 pack. I believe this has. Well, I was gonna check on it real quick. This had it had the Centurion and the Ballista in it. So that's for $210. That's the War Bond version, I believe. Yep, and $235 for the site credit. They also have a Ground Melissa pack, and I guess that's a whole bunch of ground vehicles. So yeah, they got Centurion, Ballista, Nova Tank, Cyclone, and that's it. 2 RMT. So that's 5 vehicles in one pack. $500 for Warbond, and $60 different for the RSI credit line. And also they have this certain paint. So yeah. Oh wow, these are expensive. Oh, that's a 3-pack. And so they have a 3-pack, 2-pack, and the 1-pack is $7. And that's the Beachhead, Sandstorm, and Ice Storm. Everything comes with Polar and Ice Storm, I guess.
yeah,
So
yeah.
is anyone getting one?
I'll
Yeah,
probably grab one.
With UEC.
Yeah, I'll probably buy it in
UEC?
game.
Yeah.
Given
Okay.
the price of it, though, I mean, of course, we don't know the in-game price yet, but I would like to think that given the size of the landscape on the moons and everything, I can definitely see this becoming more and more of a common form of resistance near outposts. Apart from the static turrets, because given the firepower and those things, of course, when we get more reliant servers and we get these things on land eventually, whenever that comes, it'll be nice to see these things becoming more present from on the NPC side, on players' side, because it's very useful, right? We saw the initial use of it from the streamers, from the content creators. So I'm definitely very excited to seeing this on a larger population during events and during other things like player-based missions or game-driven missions, etc.
See, Kalrati, you like to spoil this fun. I haven't seen this thing used one time.
Really? You should check it out. Well, some persons gave their reviews on YouTube, etc. too. So.
Yeah, because it was. I mean, how long was the PTU? Like from when to when? 3 weeks, 4
For
weeks?
about a month.
Pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty long.
A month to 2 months.
Yeah, so there's a whole lot. Yeah, there's quite a few reviews on this thing already. So I know. I think STO Youngblood did one, and there's quite a few other content creators. So
Yeah,
you can check those out. And these are some of the pictures that they showed us. So yeah, I probably will not be getting one, even as an LGI token, because I already have a bunch of mules. So probably not for me. But is anyone getting one for an LGI token? Or you already have? You're like me. You don't even need anymore.
This is
I'm not even going to lie to myself. I'm just going to get one because I want one.
Yeah.
What are you going to use it for?
This is what do you?
What am I going to use it for?
Yeah.
Showtime.
No,
shooting
okay. Yeah,
stuff.
that's a topic that's coming up.
Make
as a
it
matter
go
of fact,
Fastcart,
yeah.
these are like really fun. Like, if you haven't done like ground vehicles in the game yet, like being in a ballista, even being in like the front end of the ballista.
Is the new physics model out for the ground vehicles? They never talked about that in ISC a while ago.
They're working on it.
No. These are fun, not for how they drive.
Yeah.
But the simple fact that if you know how to do it right? You got to time it. You got to wait till they get in the perfect range. At least for the ballista, it is a guaranteed kill. If they get within a certain range, there's nothing they can do. They can't flare it off. They can't barrel roll out away from that inevitable doom. They gonna die, and it's just fun to use. A very powerful weapon in the right hands.
You think
Yeah, I
you
don't.
think it's fair that it's nothing you can do? Or
Yeah, there is. Well, if you
you
should just don't fly low, right? Or you know what I'm saying? Clear the AO before you come buzzing the AO. Don't use good tactics, and you won't have to
The thing
worry
with the
about it.
ground vehicles is that the signatures are so low right now that you can't. I mean, what is it? Go map. It's like you could probably be like 1,000 meters up and you can't even see this thing.
Yeah.
So
if you're close enough to see me, you're already dead.
Yeah, you're done. So like this thing, especially like say if you're jump town, you're in like you have the snow one. I'm like, you're just gonna look like a rock if anything. I do question the fact that they have an extra power plant in this to like power this thing. So I think maybe the EM signature is gonna be a little higher. But like everything else, like you look at the Tumbril AA vehicle, all that stuff, you gotta be like super close to like see this stuff. It makes ground vehicles interesting, anyways.
Yeah, it's like you set up like Io Spartan just said. If you set up a bunch of those on the ground, it's like having a ground hammerhead.
That is true because of the firepower and
it's a hammerhead turret. That's what it is. It's 4 size 4s. It's the same turrets that are on the side of the hammerhead.
And the idea here is you're gonna, they complement each other. So you've got ones that you use your ballista for like stuff that's farther out. Maybe like the larger ships who are trying to like maybe missile you from a distance or whatever. And those fighters are just stuff that gets through that initial grid. The ballistas, you have this new vehicle to like take them out. And it's just a really cool. They do. It'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting.
So to Fastcart's point, I don't think that a lot of people will be looking at this at all for an LTI token. They have established already that they've given you LTI tokens at half the price multiple times in the last year. I think people that are going to be looking at this are going to be looking at it because they want to play with the toy. They want it for Jumptown. They want whatever. I think that vehicles like this, as you expand out the complexity and sort of finish the ecosystem of ground vehicles. Now, obviously, they'll be adding more vehicles over time, ground vehicles. But as you are sort of getting at least one vehicle that fits each of the roles in the ground vehicle ecosystem, and with the way that it's set up right now, it could change things like Jumptown, where it's not a matter of me flying right over and because of the low signatures and the extreme capability of surface to air ground vehicles, it's now I land with my group 2 miles to the left and you land with your group 2 miles to the right, and now it's my tonks versus your ballistas, and my ballistas are coming in versus your Centurions, and back and forth. It adds a whole other sort of flavor to the experience. And what I really would love to see now, to really, really, really finish it out, to make it the full, okay, this is legit gonna be fun times, is they need to give infantry based painters, infantry based laser designators, so that I can on foot stealthy paint your ballista, and then an A2 can, from way up where you don't see it, can drop a bomb that gets laser guided in from my paint. And that's when you're gonna really see shit go crazy.
Do you think, Cod, that they'll make a land vehicle, an what do you call it? The A2 bomber for the A2?
Well, no, what I'm talking about is an infantry based, so basically a little laser gun that doesn't do any damage at all. It just paints the tank, and they don't even notice that they're being painted. And then the first thing they see is, hey, look at that. There's something coming straight down. What is that dot? And then next thing you know, kaboom. But I mean,
I think they should be notified that they've been painted, just to give them an opportunity. Because if you're in a Centurion or any kind of laser repeater turret, you should be able to shoot down those A2 bombs, unless it's coming right above you, like at a
Fair.
straight down. But you should be able to shoot those down. They fall relatively slow and they have like 10 hit points.
fair. I mean, but it could just be a very complex
Yeah.
back and forth. It's a cat and mouse game. So like it's not just about ships versus the ground vehicles at this point. I think it's starting to become more and more about a mixture of ground vehicles versus other ground vehicles.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Hell, one of the things I was always hoping they would do is like make one of the, because Jump Town rotates. I would love to see them make one of the Jump Towns like completely locked down with tons of anti-air, so that you have no choice but to come in with ground forces to neutralize those anti-air, so you can bring in your ships to transport ships, just to add those additional layers. So I think this helps do that, right? And makes people use those tumbrils and those Ursa rovers and those things to take out the entrenched occupants before they can bring in their spaceships.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
Cyber from chat asked, is anyone else getting 16008 error?
Yeah.
And yes,
Yeah.
it's not just you. It's not just you.
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, everybody but the real gamers. The real gamers are in fine.
I mean,
That's not that.
I'm kidding.
it's patch day. Patch day gonna be patch.
Yeah.
Day. So we're gonna stay on the Centurion for a bit long, but I just want to get through this Q&A. I didn't get a chance to go through it all because I didn't go through it anything because I was just trying to prepare for the show. But anything on the Q&A stand out for anybody?
Looked at it.
Well, we could just say, so what does the Centurion speed compared to other ground vehicles? Due to higher mass and rapidly component, the Centurion is slower than a ballista. So, I mean, I don't know if people are going to be racing in this. I'm looking forward to the mule races, but not so much the Centurion race. As close range defensive ground vehicle houses radar mission compared to the other Atlas platform. It's slightly higher EMIR emission compared to the other Atlas platform due to the increased number of components. So like someone was saying, it has an extra shield. So yeah, it'll have a higher emission compared to the
It's just the fact that it has. I mean, you're running 4 laser, repeaters. So the ballista is just like it's like shooting down, it's like shooting ballistic, weapons. So you have to be able to power this thing, which is what I kind of mentioned before. I didn't read this, so I was wondering how the EMP, how the ER emissions were going to be different, and this kind of just shows it right here that that's going to be higher. So.
In addition to the main anti-aircraft turret, does the Centurion have any other self-defense equipment like decoys, noise, or load launcher? Any plans for the future? It does not have any self-defense equipment, nor currently plan to have any in the future. So how well is the armored shield against incoming fire attacks attacking fighters compared to other vehicles with stationary turret? It shares a lot of common DNA with the Atlas platform, and as such, it's comparatively armored and shielded. So, how good are the radar range and scanning capabilities when, for example, targeting stealth fighters at close range? It shares a lot of components with the other Atlas program, Atlas platform. That seems to be a running theme here. It is set up to detect vehicles at the same distance as those with default components equipped. Will both turrets be able to move fast enough to keep enemy fighters on target at short range? While we can't guarantee that due to the near infinite combination of factors such as targeting ship is distance and atmospheric density, the turrets move fast enough and with as much range as we can allow to keep its target in sight. Will ballista, Centurion, and other ground vehicles be able to share targets to optimize transition between short and long distance? Long-range defense. The surge of target data is a feature we plan to have in the future, but will not be able to be available at a vehicle's launch. So that's interesting. There's something
That
for
is really nice.
for the future.
Mhm.
Anyone else looking forward to that?
Same. I remember Mark Abend. He was talking about something about 3, 4. This was during Bug Smasher days, where a
Right.
similar question had popped up, but not between vehicles, but between visors for I think different players that were in the same ship. Or, for example, if a player was outside, will they be able to assign different viewports? So that was something, even though it's not specifically the same thing. I guess this is a feature generally that they've been looking forward to implementing for a long time. So I'm definitely looking forward to something like this coming online eventually.
Cool. All right. So is the driver controlled a front tilt or suitable for engaging ground targets at close proximity, or is the tilt angle primarily oriented for engaging aerial targets? Due to positioning of the weapon, it is capable of engaging ground targets. However, at close range, sub 25 meter, it may struggle to hit them due to height and fire arc. Does it offer armor lockers or weapon rack for the driver and the main turret gunner? There are personal storage lockers and weapon rack for both crew members, so that's pretty cool. That's good news. And we're almost done here. What are the Centurion advantages and disadvantages compared to other defense vehicles like the Ballista or the Tumble Cyclone AA? That's a good question. Compared to Ballista, it trades engagement range and alpha strike damage for sheer damage per second output at closer range. Compared to the Cyclone AA, it provides greater engagement distance and superior firepower. So yeah, this is way more expensive than the Cyclone AA, so it should have more firepower. But
I mean,
I don't understand that.
It's just like with the ecosystem of ships. If you want to have a fleet of ships, you don't want to have 10 of the exact same ship. You want to mix it up because certain things are going to be especially capable or more capable
just like
in one
ships.
aspect or another. Yeah.
I think they made a little mess this up a little bit because the Cyclone AA is using missiles, and I feel like a missile should be able to go, greater than a kilometer out or 2 kilometers.
I think the Cyclone AA is a lower size than missiles.
Yeah, it uses vehicle components. So do the components on the Atlas platform for these vehicles, do they use vehicle size 0 components as well, or
Yeah, they all use size 0 right now. I mean, I think they're all going to get. I think that's all going to change, but right now, I just would assume. I mean, you're not shooting rockets out of a Cyclone AA. I'm just surprised that you can actually hit something at a further distance with this than you can with this Cyclone AA. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I get that it's higher DP and it's got more damage, DPS, but the other thing doesn't make any sense.
I think I see where you're coming from, because if they were to compare it to like the Cyclone TR, for example, then and you were to switch or swap the I think you can swap that size 1 gun with a laser, then you could definitely compare the two in terms of range and everything, where you can definitely see the difference between the Centurion and the Cyclone TR. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it's actually interesting that they did use the Cyclone AA for that comparison.
Okay. Do the turrets also have a searchlight or other markers to help players visually detect enemy aircraft? No lights are equipped to the turret by default. All identification done by scanning targeting. We are aware that remote turret views currently do not have a MFD screen on them. This will be fixed in a feature patch for all vehicles, so that's something else to be looking forward to. Any thoughts about that? No? Okay. Are the coolers powerful enough to allow sustained firing in extremely hot environment? The additional cooler equipped with Centurion allows it to fire with its default loadout in a range of environments. So kind of irrelevant, but they're saying it's saying I guess that answer is like it depends.
Yeah, because we don't have pyro yet, so we'll see. Just firing it on Pyro 1. See if it doesn't melt.
The maximum number of shots limited by the weapon capacitor be higher than comparable ship turret to compensate for the lower mobility. Can I somehow reduce the weapon capacitor limit or increase my rate of fire? Adjusting the priority of the capacitor will adjust the number of shots the weapon have at the expense of other items controlled by the capacitor system. The number of shots capacitor allowed by default, like ship with turret, is higher than normal, but not significantly different from the same turret and ship. So, yeah. And
They're
can I
saying it's
change?
capacitors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So can I change the turret laser for other weaponry such as ballistic cannon? Absolutely, although naturally trade-off for the increased damage and penetration ballistic weapons and its fighter ammo capacity. So yeah, you can change the weapons on this thing. I guess that's the same for the other Atlas platform too.
Yep.
Yeah, I would
Yes,
love to
that's
do
true.
that, and so you cut down on you can probably cut down on your EM emissions, but you need a way to, similar to the ballista, you need a way to, replace your ammo. So again, they need
I
like
was
a
gonna say,
weapons vehicle, like
yeah,
a
kind of say like, can
ammo
a vehicle
resupply.
hold as much ammo as a ship can? I guess it can.
Depends on the size of the vehicle and ships in question.
Yeah, I guess so. And the weapons, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is
So,
the Anvil Centurion. Go ahead.
well, one thing before you get off this, the most important thing that you have to say when you do any ship/vehicle Q&A, which is that little thing that's at the very bottom of the screen, disclaimer. When
Yeah.
people show up with these things and go nuts in Jumptown, and now all of a sudden CIG needs to rebalance, and then they nerf it a little, and then they buff it a little, and this one's nerfed and that one's buffed. Don't go nuts and cry and scream. Know that this game is an alpha. Everything is subject to change until release, and maybe even after that. So,
Exactly.
It says it right
Good
here. The
point.
answers accurately reflect development's intentions at the time of writing and is possibly BS. So do not hold us to anything at all.
Well put.
now you're getting it.
So I'm gonna let Kalrati to talk for a bit. Tell us about the patch notes, please, for 3.17 too.
Yeah, sure. So for 3.17.2, they put a lot of effort into addressing some known issues, not just the general issues, but the ones that I would assume would have affected a lot of players. However, we would still have a good amount of issues either way. But nevertheless, there are some of these known issues have some workarounds that they have pointed out in the past. And I would say if you have any kind of issues, especially if you're new or if you know that someone's now joining the game or you're returning to the game, definitely take a look at the known issues before you jump into the game. Known issues, you can look at the new features too, but these known issues, it's always important to go into the game, at least being kind of aware of them so that you don't jump into them and get frustrated and think, okay, why isn't this working? And then you spend a whole hour trying to figure out why, and it's just a known issue, so you can easily avoid it. So apart from these known issues, we have some really interesting features. The first one is the derelict reclaimers and derelict colonialism outposts. These can be located, I won't read it word for word and I won't spoil anything, but these can be located throughout Stanton. So there are a number of different mission chains and those things that I can definitely explain. I can definitely say that you can go about doing, and these missions will eventually become available for you. So I've tried them out myself, and they're pretty fun. So if you haven't checked them out yet, definitely go ahead and do them. It's a new addition to the whole scheme of the kind of missions that CIG will be offering, especially in the future. With regards to AI, even though we know how servers can be with AI, they definitely didn't hesitate to at least add some improvements to the AI with regards to planetary nav mesh, planetary navigation, and that has to do with NPCs walking along the planetary surfaces and NPCs, entering from the atmosphere and landing on the planet themselves. I won't say where, I won't say how, but of course, some of us would have seen the ISCs, but definitely go and check out those missions to get some kind of experience and a better view of how that kind of whole thing operates. It's pretty cool. It's a nice start, I would say, despite whatever server performance you may experience. Overall, I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. So with regards to other things, some mediocre but things that I would say definitely would add to the whole value of this patch would be the added marker for players and friendly AI. Some of us would have had some issues, hint hint, sometimes when doing mercenary missions, and you accidentally shot that friendly AI, and you would automatically receive a crime stat, and you would have to go either escape, do your mission quickly, and then escape and wipe your crime stat, or do like me. If you made an error and you actually got a crime stat, kill everybody and just work that crime stat, man. Just do criminal missions and just work it. Okay,
I
yeah.
cannot wait for the day until you shoot someone by accident and say, "Hey, sorry, man, I didn't mean nothing by it."
Yeah, exactly. That will be very refreshing. So that will be really, really refreshing to see. Okay, you accidentally shoot someone and you don't get a crime stat. But for now, I think this was a nice workaround. And of course, the good thing about it is that with regards to Siege of Orison, it's also very prevalent there. So you see your teammates with the whole player marker and those things. I mean, not everybody is in agreement with it, but I think it's a nice addition, even if it's temporary, until they come up with something that that can satisfy everybody, or at least continue to satisfy the large majority, that as it pertains to the game design too. Right. So that, I think it's a friendly addition. It's a nice addition to the when doing those kinds of missions. And then of course we just saw the Anvil Centurion, so it's a very nice addition to the ship line, to the vehicle line. I really hope that a lot of players get to try it out. They also added some lootable items, which I didn't know. Also, it's the Grey Cat Arrow Backpack Collector. I think that is the that's for the upcoming salvage.
Yes.
For FPS salvage. Cool. So you can, I guess, get that in advance and see how it works, how much storage it is. I don't think I know, because I'm not sure if it's a heavy or medium backpack, but that's cool that they were able to add that in advance for 3.17.2. And of course, they added some other things like the RRS Specialist Heavy Armor, which I think we saw a little bit in 3.17.1, but it wasn't necessarily highlighted, or I'm mixing that up with the PTU. So just, fast tracking real quick. They also added the rest up hanger additions, the interior hangers, which was a godsend, I'm sure, for many. We know that they talked about it some months ago, and it's nice to see that they added those things. And of course, with that, they also added some additional Lagrange points around Microtech and around ArcCorp space as well. So jumping even further so that we can get some more feedback from the rest of the crew, they also improved some combat service assistance beacons, kind of increased that whole level thing, and also gave us an idea of how difficult or how easy it is to actually conduct these missions by giving some low, medium, and high risk threat information there. So I won't go over all that much, but the last thing that I'm going to go over, and we can definitely jump to the rest of our teammates here, is the increased player cap, which they didn't explicitly mention here, but it definitely is up to 100 players. And I think Gomap said that there were 106, was it? Or
I think Big Black Gaming said that, but yeah.
Oh, Big Black Game. Okay, cool. So yeah, so they definitely have done a lot of work to get that done. I believe the last major announcement before this was in 3.8.2 or PTU, when they increased it to 60 players in PTU. It was a bit of I don't know if it was a quiet thing, but it wasn't open PTU, if I can recall correctly. But now they can definitely comfortably do it. I think they said during Siege it's going to reduce, and of course they have this kind of automated kind of adjustment depending on the server health too. So I'm going to shut up and yeah.
Kalrati, I do have to point out that your bias is showing. Your bias showed because you skipped over the Mustang Alpha quality of life.
I know, I saw it, and I was like, okay, in my mind, okay, Aurora, MR,
So
yeah, in my mind.
And they also had the Van Joseph update. So let's not skip
That's the FanDuel.
Pass that over. So yeah.
Let's just talk
So,
about that real quick.
anyone have
Is
any
that?
comments?
I just want to say, is this their implementation to put the box under that?
Yes.
Oh, you talk. Okay, all right.
So the Mustang is now viable for starter players to do cargo light, the little box missions and small amounts of stuff.
That's huge. That's huge for a lot
Massive.
of people.
It's massive.
Yeah, Bluesy and
That's part of
chat-
17.2, in my opinion.
Bluesy in chat is asking how stable the service seem to be so far. So anyone have any reports on that yet?
I've been in it since it launched. I haven't. I've been in it since it launched.
There you go.
I think right now though, it's a small amount of servers that are up, so everyone else who can't get in. But those servers that are up
It's
are
not the
staying
game
up.
servers. All right, so it's not the game servers that are struggling. It's the login services, right?
Yeah.
That are having a problem right now, keeping up with thousands and thousands of us gamer nerds just all trying to bum rush the door like it's Black Friday on in 2006.
Hey man, don't you trigger some PTSD and some people if you talk about that. Don't do that, man. But real quick, I do want to say that we skipped over bug fixes. There's quite a few bug fixes, so hopefully.
We skipped over the most important thing that they did.
What is
What's that?
No, we talked about the Mustang.
No, the most important, the quality of life where you can actually buy food and drink from kiosks in bulk.
Yes, you can, and they have search bars too.
And they have search bars. Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff here. To your point, fastcart, without going through line by line, of the issues that the staff fixed, the community had reported there were 22 critical game-breaking issues, 32 hardly playable, so they impacted gameplay severely. 47 playable that you could work around, but it was a pain, and 17 polish fixes. That is a massive amount of fixes. With regard to upping the player cap, that one is, to me, that one needs to be called out and singled out, especially because people always complain about Star Citizen's going too slow. It's going slower. Whatever they tell you, it's going to be out at this time. It's going to take twice as long, 5 times as long, if it ever happens. This was literally them saying, hey guys, we're going to try a thing. They tried it. And then everybody lost their mind and said, we can't wait for this to come to PU. And they said, whoa, chill out. We didn't say this is coming to PU yet. We're just trying to see how good our server tech is getting. This probably won't be available in live for a while. Cut to a week later, they're like, you know what, guys? It actually worked better than we thought. Here it is in live, which is like, that is a huge thing of like they over delivered. So that I wanted to call that out specifically. The thing about for Mustangs being able to be a usable starter ship now, that's huge for beginner players, man. Super huge. The quality of life with filters on shops and all of that is fantastic. The reclaimer, the derelicts and all of the stuff. It's just this patch. People were talking about, I don't like that it's just 17.2. I want a big real patch. This is a big boy patch right here. This is legit.
How big was it in gigabytes? Do anyone remember? Just out of curiosity.
This is like, I think I heard 4.
4 gigabytes. Okay.
No, that was I mean, because they do it in like sections, so it starts the thing and then it goes to the next thing.
Okay.
I thought it was over 5. I thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No problem.
And for anybody who's listening that has not already downloaded the patch, but also is playing the PTU, just a quick tip that I've thrown out many times before. You don't have to download the patch over again because it's essentially the same build as what was on the last build of the PTU. So if you don't have space on your computer to have 2 copies, just rename your PTU folder to live, go delete your shaders, delete your users folder, and verify your files, and you'll be good to go. If you do have have the space, copy the PTU folder, paste it, change the name of that folder back to live, and follow the rest of the instructions. Delete the shaders, delete the users, and verify your files.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Always good advice.
And
don't forget, after you load into the game for the first time, make sure you sit there for a few seconds for everything to load in before you try to get out of bed, because you might fall to the world. But yeah, go ahead, Kai.
And also, not for nothing, but for the people that were like, but they took away all my stuff.
Oh yeah,
they made a little comment that they were gonna be that they're like, hey, look, man, wipes have to happen. We needed to do this. We had to reset the database, but we're gonna try to be a little generous and give you just a little something to get you started if you've been playing in 3.17.1. And they weren't playing around.
Yeah, I got 20 million. So yeah, stop your whining. Just
Good
play and have fun.
That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. But yeah, so Andy Babbitt asked where the shader folder is. You don't see one. You could probably Google it.
No, so look in the if you look in the actual patch notes, it shows you exactly where it's at. It's in app data. It's in your app data folder at Star Citizen. But if you look in the shader, it's in the actual patch notes in the first paragraph. It gives you exactly what you need to put in, copy and paste into your Explorer bar to take you right there. Delete everything in that folder, and you'll be done.
Okay.
Bingo.
All right. Thank you.
Turns out this is a pretty good year for Star Citizen.
Yeah.
Hey, who'd have thought?
Who'd have thought?
It.
So, real quickly, Kalrati, can you go over this PTU Israel Council community report thing?
Oh yeah,
sure. That's what
yeah, you went over that. Yeah, before.
I didn't know that was on the agenda. My bad.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, that worked out because we could skip this. So yeah, I know 22 critical, 32 hardly playable, 47 playable, 17 polished. So yeah, check that out. Hopefully, Chris and I can put that in chat for us. So
yeah, good, but then it sounded like we weren't, so I'll go back and put it in. Gotta make up your minds, man.
Yeah, fastcart, come on.
Can I just give an update here for those people still trying to get into the game? The RSI status page still lists it as degraded performance, but they just posted, Malchieri CIG just posted a little note saying that using a VPN will bypass the 16,008 until they come up with a proper fix. So if you got a VPN, click it on, you should be able to get in game.
Cool, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, real gamers use VPN. I'm kidding. Let me stop before somebody takes up.
I just want to say, into this disclaimer, the views and opinion of GoMap ATL does not reflect the views.
If you wish to set a bounty on him, you won't have any disagreements.
Hey, I'm in the game. I don't know what y'all talking about.
All right, so moving on, I think we'll cover the last few pretty quickly. But yeah, this is the Welcome Back pilot. They have a new page up for returning people, pre-flight checklist. They have anything that's been happening in games since 3.11 or 3.11 up to 3.17. So yeah, it's starting to basically click their link. So yeah, they're saying like the fueling fortune, selling top items. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but mining gadgets, and they go through each one to give you people a basic idea of what has happened since they've last played. After that, they have Jumptown 2.0. People brought that up earlier, but yeah, they have a schedule for Jumptown 2.0. So I'll go with that. I'll just go to that real quickly. It's at the bottom. Here we go. The Jumptown 2.0 schedule: 3/17/2, August 1st, August 3rd, August 5th, August 7th, and August 9th. All the odd days up to the 9th.
No love
So
for the even days. I see how it is.
So
Well, it's gotta be odd, man.
people looking forward to that. People going to engage.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
new Jumptown now with more doors.
The original digital trap. Yeah.
And more Centurions too.
I guess the good news is that August 7th is a Saturday, so people will be able to. No, August 7th is a Sunday, and August 5th is a Friday. So those are the weekend days. I probably those probably see the most days. The most Jumptown at work. So yep.
Let me just say this real quick. Is so people are talking about, it'd be nice if they could, if SIG could, make AA turrets so strong that, you could lock down an outpost or something like that, where you have to use your ground vehicles and go in there with tumbrels. But this could be it right here. If someone was talking, and like if you could put in 7 of these new Centurions around like Jumptown, and if you have a couple ballistas in there, then not many people are getting in. And I imagine even like the A2 will have a problem getting close. So this could be a thing where you okay, you're 20 clicks out, you might want to drop down, you drop down some Centurions and some Nova tanks and some other vehicles, and that's how you take them. That's how you go in there and force. So this could be, and we'll see what happens in this coming Jumptown 2.0.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
All right, then. I think we got to basically everything except for the ISC. So let's talk about ISC. Well, let's watch the ISC. Didn't talk about it. So here we go. This is called Inside Star Citizen, a Centurion of Manga, summer 2022. All right. This is 11 minutes, so kick back and enjoy.
Recently, I did an update in our PU meeting to show off some of the work I've been doing on the new automatic river placement tool, which is going to allow our artists to populate entire planets with water systems in a very simple process. And Jared saw it and asked me if I could present it again for an Inside Star Citizen episode. So here we are. It's time to look at automatic river placement. The first big improvement I've made to the river placement tool is an overhaul of the UI. I've split up all of the stuff it can do into separate tabs. So we have the manual river placement here, the automatic river placement, a view of all of the rivers currently on the planet. We'll visit this again later. View, which is how we can enable or disable various debug view modes. And debug tools, which is just a collection of various other things that I sometimes use to make sure that my tools are working properly. If we go over to create river, the next biggest improvement I've done is river prediction. What the river prediction does is it has a look at kind of the rough direction water would travel if you were to place a river under the mouse. What this allows us to do is look at the general direction of the height maps, the general shape of the watershed, and roughly how long a river will be. As you can see, as I move my mouse across the planet, we can see different positions are more effective than others, and different positions lead to longer or shorter rivers. This is microtext, so there's no oceans to flow into. But the aim would be on Hurston, for example, most of our rivers should either be finishing in the ocean or large lakes or basins. What the prediction doesn't do is take into account the intricacies of the terrain that may prevent a river from actually spawning that location. So this is used as an indication of where the river might go, and then our more in detailed erosion algorithm can work out whether the river actually goes there. I'm going to attempt to manually place a river here. I'm going to click. As you can see, we've now got a set of nodes. And this part of the process hasn't changed. So I'll still go down to the river, click on any of the nodes, and I will click Place River, and boom, we've got our river. I can then hide the debug nodes, and the river is there in the world. As simple as that. But actually, We're wanting something a little more complex than that. We're wanting entire water systems across the entire planet. And that's what the Auto River Placement tab is for. The automatic river placement is split up into 4 steps. The first step is the gather. This looks for positions where we have a rough idea that there will be a river that fulfills certain criteria, and we use the prediction that we saw a moment ago to do this. We can change various settings such as the target river quantity, the min macro steps, which is the number of those large steps we saw a moment ago for the river to be considered, and the number of attempts of positions it will do while trying to find these. In this example, I'm just going to try and find 5 rivers across the planet, and I'm going to say each of them needs to have at least 9 macro steps, so we're talking about pretty long rivers. We can also select which biomes we want the rivers to be able to flow through. In this case, I've selected all of them apart from the snowy ones. So when I'm happy with my settings, I will click Gather River Proposals, and the computer will take a moment over finding some river proposals for us. As this is happening, you can see red circles appearing on the planet. They are all of the proposal positions that fulfill the criteria we've put so far, so they're in the correct biome, and they have the correct number of macro steps or more. It's told me that it's found 25 potential river positions, which is awesome. So the next step is to filter them. Currently, what filtering does is it makes sure that the river isn't going to flow through an outpost. It checks that the river is valid and that the water is actually flowing along the line that the prediction thought it would. And it checks that it's another minimum length. In this case, it's 40 node steps. So I'll click filter and we'll wait for the computer to do that for me. During this process, we can see that some of the red circles will start to disappear as they're discarded if they've not met the filter criteria. Right, in the end, it's actually only found 4 valid river positions, which is fine because I put in some pretty stringent criteria. So at this point, I'm going to click Create Rivers. This is going to actually place the rivers into the world, and we know that they're already going to match a certain length and other criteria that we've put in. Now that we've got 4 new created rivers, the next step would be to commit all of them. But actually, I'm going to hesitate slightly. I'm going to go across to the Rivers tab, and I'm going to filter to rivers that are uncommitted. So this is showing me all 4 rivers that have not been committed yet, which means that they are on the planet and they are present, but they haven't been saved to data. And I'm going to go to each of them and commit them manually. So first, let's sort by length. So we'll start off with our shortest river. So as we can see, this river flows through like a woodland biome, and it looks pretty nice, but it is only 5 kilometers long, as we can see here. So I'm actually going to delete this river. Next, we'll go to the next shortest river. This one is 6 kilometers long, and looks a little better to me. I think I'm going to let this one stay. Go to the next river. Yep, very happy. 11 kilometers long, so got a good length on that one. And this one is 12 kilometers long, and again, looks very similar. So yeah, of these 4 rivers, I'm happy with 3 of them, and I'm going to let them all stay. Going forward, I'm going to allow artists to specify a minimum final length in kilometers rather than just nodes. And one of the big things that I'm going to do next is spring points. What this is artists will be able to add hint positions at various points in the height maps to say a river would look good starting here. For example, a crevice or a crack in a mountainous height map. And that's just going to mean that the quality of our automatically placed rivers is just going to be a step higher, because the start is always going to look somewhere natural rather than just starting anywhere in the middle of a field. Because at the moment it is largely random positions that it's trying and then filtering from there. So that's what I've been up to with the river stuff recently. In between fixing bugs for patches and stuff, I'm really happy with the progress I've been able to make on this, and it's really cool being able to show it off again. Hopefully we will be having a lot more rivers on a lot more planets coming to the verse very soon.
Like many features throughout Star Citizen's continuing development, RiverTech continues to evolve into a robust set of tools that will bring new life and personality to any planet or moon it's used on. And you can expect more of these estuaries to branch their course of rivulets and tributaries in the upcoming Alpha 3.18. But up next, a look at the newest vehicle from Anvil making its debut in 3.17.2, the Centurion.
The Anvil Centurion is the anti-air turret of ground vehicles. This is the vehicle that you pull up when something flying around above you needs to not be there. And in 3.17.2, it's going straight to drivable.
The Centurion basically is the same style of the ballista, but instead of missiles, we are having a turret with 4 big guns.
In order to accommodate those size 4 laser repeaters, it has gained, in addition to what the ballista has, 2 size 1 coolers, which are mounted just at the rear.
We create a new kind of hatch so that it looks, it is central, and is not slightly going on the right or slightly going on the left. Since it's just one, we used to have just turrets with 2 S2 guns, one left and one right, and in this time we have an asymmetrical structure for having a symmetrical gun. In the interior, we also try to implement something that was not done in the ballista, like the camera. Now the camera will show part of the guns, so that you have a better sensation of where you're actually aiming without even needing to have the center of the screen with an icon that shows you where bullets are going. We have a section with all the components and one more part dedicated to the power plant.
One of the drawbacks to the ballista is that once something gets close enough to it, it becomes that little bit less effective. However, that's not a problem for the Centurion. It can engage anything at any range, but obviously its effectiveness will drop off as things get a little further away. So having a Centurion covering a ballista suddenly just makes the entire system work much better. I think that players who enjoy the more organized style of planetary warfare will have a lot of fun with it.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that the latest advancements in river tech are going to allow artists to crisscross the surface of Stanton's planets and moons with more brooks and streams than ever before. That I've used almost every word in the thesaurus for river in these hosting bits, except runnel. And that the Centurion is the newest vehicle using Anvil's famous Atlas platform and makes a devastating 1-2 punch with the ballista that we all know and love. And as for where we are right now, it may not look like much just yet, but give it another quarter and you're gonna see some serious ship. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all next week.
Wow, those 11 minutes went by fast.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back.
Yeah, and I'm still
everybody.
trying to get out of orbit at Orison, so.
Well, is it the orbital station closer to you now?
The orbital station may be closer, but it's still, you have to get over 150 out to get out of the orbit. So, yeah.
Right. All right. So up there first we have Albert Kusanagi. What are your thoughts?
That was very cool. I mean, I love the fact that they could just have their systems like kind of figure out on a given planet what would actually make sense to put a river down. That helps out in development so much. And then we'll just go to the new vehicle, which I just bought 30 seconds ago. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with that. And I would like to ask, did anybody catch the ship talk at the end?
Yeah, serious ships.
So yeah, we're gonna see some serious ship.
I was wondering what he. Okay.
And with a P. He ended. That was a P at the end of that word. I mean, a lot of people think it was a T, but it was a P.
No,
so
it was a P.
Yeah, I was wondering if I misheard that.
I mean, I'll fast forward to that briefly, but I think that's the Battle of the Brick thing that they were at.
I think you're talking about IAE or something like that.
He said in a month, I
in
think
a
they're
month.
talking about like either like Ship Showdown or it could be some big new whatever. Because he said, yeah, this might not
Oh,
look like
Ship
much.
Showdown is coming up. You're right. Ship Showdown is coming up.
Mhm.
Yep. So
Dating 1-2 punch with the ballista that we all know and love. And as for where we are right now, it may not look like much just yet. But
Yeah,
give it another
he was
quarter,
literally
and
saying
you're
he
going to
wasn't
see
talking about the
some
Battle of the
serious
Bricks because
shit.
he said in a
For
month.
Inside Star Citizen,
There you go.
I'm
Yep. So yeah. All right. Cool.
Another
Good
quarter.
catch.
Quarter. My bad.
Yeah, he's like another quarter. We'll see some
Yeah, the
serious
next quarter.
ship.
Yeah, 318.
Okay. Mr.
Fast
Page,
Cat
what
wants his
thoughts?
BMM.
I have to.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. No, I'm sorry. It occurred to me at the last minute because he was talking about the set, and they've literally got. You could see there's like pieces and crap everywhere. What if, as his like, okay, this is going to be his new home base that he does all the videos out of that he hosts from. What if he's going to build one of those backgrounds where it looks like he's on an actual like Star Citizen ship?
Dude, that'd be cool.
That would be interesting.
Standard deviation. Thank you for the subscription. 27 months?
Thank you.
Have we been on for 27 months?
Damn.
That's a long time. Thank you for that standard deviation. Appreciate it. So yeah, So what was the last thing? You said.
Me? That's it. I'm good. That was
Okay.
just maybe we'll see what comes out like another next quarter. It sounds like.
No, next quarter, yeah. So I hope that should be the case. And also there's the IE and all that good stuff coming up. And I am looking forward to the Machinima. That's the thing you were talking about, yeah.
It sounds big. I think if it's the Odyssey, there are going to be some pretty ticked off people if there's some other big ships that come out after that.
It's not going to be an Odyssey. They haven't even.
Oh, you know what? It could be the Liberator.
I just want it to be the 600 hour rework.
Oh, it could be that. Yeah.
I feel super bad because I cut off Fist with an idea and then he hasn't gotten back in.
No, I was just about to
good.
get back to first face. What are your thoughts?
No, I was basically going to give praise to the young man who I watched the video. I forgot his name already. Shame on me, right? But praise to them, for making this tool. I mean, we really don't realize how valuable this is, especially when creating something as lost for words, but especially creating a game like this. So definitely I'm looking forward to seeing River Tex, because we all know in MMOs we love to fish. So come on now.
All right, so go Mav. I don't know if you noticed, but Dank meme is back. Dank is back.
What are you talking about?
Now the name of the developer's name is Dank. Chris Dank.
Oh, so you're calling him Dank Memes as the joke. Okay, got it.
Oh my god. Next, go Mav. What about you?
And Kalrati.
That was a funny one. No, all right. No, like it's funny. You got some people that like complain. Oh my god, they're working on, rivers and stuff. Like, no, dude, this is the procedural tech that is going to be needed to scale this game to where it's going to go again. They have said they want at least 100 systems, right? Think about that. If they do 10 systems a year, that's still 10 years before they reach 100 systems. So that means they're going to have to start dropping systems by the 20s and 30s and more at some point in time. And in order for them to be able to do that, they got to be able to do it in a procedural, automated way.
I think it's important to note that when they said the 100 system thing, the quote, that was before they could make planets and moon that was one synthesized and one synthesized. They were thinking they were going to be vastly smaller. So they didn't have as much landmass that they were going to have to create. So I think the 100 system thing We'll see, but I'm not expecting it to be that many because now, like I said, they're a lot bigger than what they used to be. But we'll see.
Hey, half that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even half that. This point still stands that they have to come. They have to be able to, point click, create a system with these parameters. Somebody check it, make sure that everything isn't like upside down and crappy. All right, push it. You know what I'm saying? So, and they got to be able to do that relatively quickly. So yeah, this type of tech is what is going to be required to do that type of procedural generation of large planets, moons, and systems. So I'm glad this is something that they're highlighting. It's very important. It's way more important to the game than just, oh, it's a cool place to go visit. This is the underlying tech that is going to allow them to reach the scale that they've promised in the verse.
All right. Thanks for that. J2, what are your thoughts?
As far as the river tool goes, I mean, it's a cool bit of tech. It definitely, like Gomab was saying, it's something that'll lead to greater things. As a backer, it doesn't make a huge bit of difference to me until I see it in game. We see a lot of these things from Star Citizen where they they push a bit of tech and it's all over ISC for a couple of months, and then 2 years later it's still not in game. What's going on with fire? So I mean, yeah, it's neat. They're doing all sorts of cool things there. I'll be more excited about them when they start to affect me more directly.
And not just that, they just got the Centurion, but the majority of this episode was about the river tech. So yeah. All right.
And the
Kaizen,
Centurion too is a cool vehicle. And with the way they have Jump Town now, rotating that sort of stuff, once we start seeing, and perhaps even these new derelict missions have a little bit of that, where it makes sense to go in there with a vehicle versus your ship. When we start having more stuff like that, I see ground vehicles start to come into their own. Again, then these things will be more exciting than they are now.
Yeah, this is the first time I heard him say straight to drivable instead of straight to flyable. Maybe I missed it before, but I thought that was interesting. So yeah. All right, J2, what are your thoughts? I'm sorry, Kaizen. You already said. Mixed up. It's been a long day. Okay, sorry, it's Kaizen.
So I love this guy. He's cool. He's got his little guitar in the background. He's got the little Zelda heart icon. And if you notice, he had a little lit up dinosaur glyph. It's the dinosaur glyph for No Man's Sky players who know that you use the Stargates. This guy's a real gamer. He's a space nerd. I think that's just a little thing that I saw that I wanted to call out because I love it. I think it's fantastic. With regard to the rivers, I think the thing that people are missing, and I want to push back on you a little bit, Fastcart, when they said 100 systems, they were thinking the planets were going to be way smaller at that point. The planets are way big. I disagree with you, Fastcart, and here's why.
Okay.
Because 99% of every planet in the game, every planet in Star Citizen right now, and every planet that they're going to come up with, 99% of every planet is empty. It's just proc gen bullshit of, here's mountains and trees and a river or a lake or an ocean or whatever. And from that, they then input, okay, we want to have these 2 cities or these 4 outposts or these whatever. And then will randomly assign, we want to have X number of derelicts, X number of like mini campsites and mini points of interest or whatever. But that's the entire point of all of this. People were like, it took them months and months and months to make one stupid river. Yes, it did. It took them months and months and months to get it all right. And then you just saw the guy hit the button and say, add more rivers. And it went, here's 4 in half a second. So like, the whole process of them having, I think they're still going to have 100 planets because they have their little, or systems, because they have their little maps made up, and they say, okay, this system, we have a plan for it. It's going to be the system that is this themed. This is going to be, the industrial whatever. This is going to be pirate whatever. This is going to be, kind of the new Eden of like of where the UEE government sits, or this is going to be contested this way or that way. So they have themes for the systems, and they have them mapped out where they're going to be. 99% of this, what they've gone through all of this Planet Tech stuff for, what we've spent years agonizing and waiting for, was for them to make all of these tools that make planet generation so easy. So literally, in a situation where it took how many years for them to do one system, Stanton? And now they're at a point where I honestly think, with the tech that they have of being able to go, add rivers. Boop, okay, a dozen went on that planet. Let me just look over them real quick. Assign one guy, assign one gal, assign, whatever, to like just look over it, make sure the rivers are okay. Yeah, it's not like suddenly flying through the air or anything. Nope, they follow where they're supposed. Okay, agreed. Yes. So that they can generate so much so fast. There are going to be absolutely bespoke, handmade, where you have multiple artists spending months of time creating a city or creating a special whatever, but the vast majority of the space is all stuff that the tech will proc gen out. So I think it's fantastic. With regard to the ballista, the second part of it, it looks awesome. It's super, super neat. I don't buy ground vehicles for cash. I buy ground vehicles for UEC, but I'm looking forward to it. And as I said earlier, I really love that they are sort of opening up the ecosystem of ground vehicles to make it to where it's not just a one-sided thing. It's not, this is a space game, and we also have a car, like some other, maybe a space game where they're like, yep, 8 years, you just got the one car. Okay, we've given you 2 cars now, 8 years in. Like, no, these guys are legitimately giving you an entire ecosystem that you can play this legitimately as a ship game. You could play this legitimately as an on-foot game. You can play this legitimately in vehicles, and the mixtures of all of the above, and they interact with each other really, really well.
Yeah, Cyberwolf says in chat, it's a hunting system not populated necessarily, and I agree. I'm just thinking, maybe I'm more forgiving because they did say it before they got bigger. So if they come up with 50, I'll still be happy. If they manage to make it all to 100, all the better. But I'm just not really hedging my bets or anything. But I'm just saying I'll be more forgiving if they don't make it to a completely 100 system. So
yep, that first river took them 6 months. The next 4 took them about a minute and a half there.
Right.
All right. Pop and Face, what are your thoughts?
I was happy to see it. Very interesting. And as we probably all can see underneath the sheets here, this is an engine to me that's being built like Unreal Engine. And I'm quite sure that they are probably looking at it and say, when their customers want to see what they're getting into, they can come right into the game and see it. And I think a couple of us probably believe that this is probably going to be a major thing on how Star Citizens is going to move forward, being funded. So I was glad to see it, and good work. Keep going. A lot of other tech that they're probably going to be coming out with that we'll see in the near future that other games will be developed under.
All right, thank you. So, Kalrati, my thought is that I think I am disappointed that they did not call this episode River Song 2. Because that's what they call the first River episode. So I'm disappointed by that. But what are your thoughts about the episode?
Yeah, it was quite nice to get another deep dive into how they create the updates behind the River Tech. Like the team has explained previously, we definitely need these types of automations to help speed, fast track all the processes. Even if they're adding, the artist-driven elements, more automation, more procedural approaches is definitely going to help the game accelerate without spending too much time relatively before we get to the finish line, quote unquote finish line. It was also nice to see, and get hear more information on how they built and came up with the Centurion, give justification for it. And I definitely can't wait, to see the videos, to experience the gameplay of, a large field of Centurions, especially with the higher server caps, given how they said that, for Jumptown, most likely, providing that the server health goes well, we are going to have that 400 player cap during this event specifically. So I'm definitely going to look forward to seeing that kind of population of Centurions just litter around Jumptown, holding bases, and all that fun stuff. So, great points, the River Tech, the Centurion, in today's ISC, and I really can't wait to see more of what they have to show for the following ISCs. So, yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, so yeah, I think that's it for Inside Star Citizen. I'm happy it's back. For all my grousing about the 100 system and everything like that, I am happy that see ISC back. But this is, 11 minutes long, about typical of ISC now. So yeah, hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more for the next near future. It's 3 weeks until 3/18 crunch time. So yeah. All right. Up next, we have our Machinima, and we don't have Griffin here.
Do we want to do the Machinima first, or we want to do the Siege at the Orison?
We already did Siege of Orison early on.
All right.
So yeah, Machinima is fine. So this is Star Citizen Machinima Overclocked Vengeance, episode 7. We covered this. We've shown the first 6 episodes. This is from EE Studios. We had them on the show, on Show Citizens, a few months back. So this is their 7th episode. It just came out 5 days ago, so 6 days ago, July 22nd. So yeah, just check it out. This is, as you can see, it's 20 minutes long. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab a snack, and we'll see you when this is done.
Gosh, it sure feels great to be out in nature again.
Yeah, I hear ya. If I spent another day in the city, I'd die.
Honey?
Yeah, babe.
Who's that man?
Must be another camper. See? Nothing to worry about.
Our travels have been prosperous, Mother. These woods have blessed us with easy takings.
These woods, and all within them, are yours for the taking, my son.
Yes, Mother. We are not alone, Mother. How could this be?
carefully, my son. The witching hour is upon us.
Don't move. Tell me your name. Do it now. Please. I am but an innocent traveler looking for peace. Bullshit. You have 3 seconds to answer, or I'm going to turn your neck into a crater. I'm sorry, but I... 3. Please, brother. 2. You are making a terrible mistake. 1. Okay. The name is Francis Green. And what, may I ask, is yours? Vengeance. A lot of people want me dead for eating evidence that never belonged to you. I'm here to serve your ass to them on a platter.
Eat a dick.
Curse upon us, mother. What shall we do now?
Freeze.
Again? Please, I am but a humble traveler.
You are in vicinity of a dangerous criminal. Remain calm while I secure this area.
Did you hear that? She is sent to protect us, mother. 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 Shall I take them both, mother? Forgive me if this seems strange, but you seem quite familiar.
That's odd. Diagnostics indicate Ava's central core went offline for a few seconds.
What does that mean?
Probably just an error in the coding somewhere. It's technically impossible for her to function without her central core online.
How expensive to fix?
A couple of hours or so, plus a cup of coffee, black, with lots of sugar.
Deal. She's already cost me a fortune, and now I've got to find a new ship.
I highly recommend getting something less squishy than the Nomad.
Or maybe I'll just upgrade the shields. Shit, I'm gonna be late. Got a meeting across system. Better catch the next shuttle. Hold down the fort, Doc.
Roster says you're heading to Daymar. Is that still the case? Yeah, but why would you want to go back there after what just happened?
That's my girl.
Eva, what are you doing?
Finish what they started.
Ava,
just...
Where do you think you're going? Don't move. Stay right where you are.
Piece of shit loan shark breathing down my neck. I'll never pay off this fucking ship.
Citizen.
Can I help you?
Your ship. What are its specifications?
This is the fastest ship in Stanton, outfitted with only the best weapons and onboard systems to ensure safe travels. I can bring you anywhere you need to go.
A cave, Daymar. I must leave right away.
You want me to take you to a cave?
Now.
Yes, of course. We'll discuss payment on the way.
In other news, the premier private military contract group Elite Expeditionary has been disbanded by its founder, Natronics, and the company will be rebranding as something entirely new outside of his leadership. For many years, Elite Expeditionary has augmented the UAE military as well as Stanton security. Thus, their absence in the verse is certainly a cause for concern. When asked about the reasons behind this decision, however, Natronics declined to comment.
How can I trust you? Last guy sent us into a clusterfuck.
Look, take it or leave it, pal. No one knows more than I do about that robotic meat-grinding asshole. I know where he likes to have his alone time. Worked for him longer than I care to admit.
Why'd you stop?
Look, I ain't no saint, but that guy makes me look like a goddamn angel. All that killing. I got tired of drowning in blood. You know what I mean? Besides, I heard you pay pretty good.
I'll pay even better if you can tell me where he is in the next 24 hours. No bullshit.
That robo bitch you got. She's pretty good, huh?
Keep it down.
You're gonna need her to take this guy out. Not those Elite Expeditionary chumps.
EE is disbanded.
Ouch. Couldn't compete with Stan's security?
I couldn't stand the thought of getting good people killed under my brand, so I pulled the plug.
Wasn't she one of yours?
None of your fucking business.
I think it is. You're paying me, aren't you?
Not a fucking dime if you keep running your mouth.
Without me, the only thing you'll be running is in circles.
Oh, fuck.
I'm out of here, man. Hit me up when you want to get serious.
I'll give you 50,000 to get me to Daymar. Now.
That's my girl.
I've got big plans for you.
We have a slight problem. Your payment didn't go through. Hey, I'm not fucking around.
I've got a target. 325A on deck. One click.
Tracking beacon says she's right there with it. Hurry.
Ava, what the hell is going on? God damn it, answer me! Ava, you're in violation of your primary directives. Lower your weapon.
Tell me the truth.
Impossible. Ava, lower your weapon immediately.
You did this to me.
You were an orphan. You never had an imprint. I gave you a second chance.
I never asked for one.
Ava, you were the best operative I've ever had. And now you're better. You are capable of saving so many more lives with so much less risk to human life.
You took advantage of me.
I did you a favor. No one else ever realized your full potential. You lower that weapon this instant. That's an order.
I am in control now.
Ava, enough is enough. Put that weapon down now. Fine. We'll do this the hard way. Hey, Luminalia came early, boss. I'm inbound with the package.
Get her on foot, moving where we want her.
Got it, boss.
Your skills proving the most impressive.
Today must be my lucky day. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me! Son of a bitch! Oh shit! What's that? No! Ah, fuck! No! Oh shit! Okay, here we come, boss! Oh no! Oh shit! Fuck! Fucking bitch! Nice fucking try!
Voice log, June 23rd, 2952. Anger. Whatever's left of my heart seeds with every new memory. The story already told, being rewritten somewhere deep within me, somewhere still alive. A tragic tale that just won't die. I've been alone most of my life. My mother threw me out the day I was born. Lorville sanitation almost burned me out with the trash. It would have been easier that way.
Welcome to hell, Ava. It's time to do what you never had the courage to do. A lifetime of rage yearns to be set free. No more running away. Embrace it. You're angry, Ava. Let it burn.
All right then. That was a little bit of I think that blooper reel at the end there. So yeah, we're back. That was pretty good. Let's start in the middle here. So J2, hopefully I don't call you twice this time. What were your thoughts about this Machinima Overclock episode 7?
I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. It could. I didn't quite track what was going on. It could have made a little more sense story-wise. Maybe it's because I don't remember the first episodes, which they clearly stated at the beginning that I needed to watch first.
Yeah.
But so I thought some of the dogfight and flight scenes were like really well filmed. Like they had some cool shots and cuts in there. It was good stuff.
All right. Kaizen. Hey, I called the right person this time. What are your thoughts?
Here we go.
Yeah. This was like one of those movies from the 70s where you literally just stop like 40 minutes in and you're like, man, I don't know what the hell I just watched. There was like Black Norman Bates, okay, mom, I'll kill everybody. And then there was a robot girl and people were just cursing at each other nonstop for no reason. I don't.
For some reason, you loved it.
Yeah, yeah. We I think we saw the robot or the cyborg woman at the end of episode 1, but that was like a month, quite a few weeks ago. So I want to say months ago at this point. So we're getting back to her story, picking up where we left off on her, because we didn't see her for quite a while. So it has been a while. We have watched quite a few Machinima since then, so I don't blame people for forgetting.
I feel like at some point, like 3 hours into this video, somebody slipped me mushrooms or something. I don't know what just happened. Yeah, it was an experience.
And once again, the views and opinion of Kaizen do not represent Soul Citizens. We do not endorse mushrooms. All right. Thank you for that. Pot and Space, how about you?
Yeah, I remember the first one, not in full detail, but I do remember the first one. We did watch this the other day, kind of figured that it would be on the show today. It was, like J2 said, it was very well shot. They put a lot of thought into it, and I can't blame Kai for getting lost, because if you don't remember the first one, yeah, you're gonna get lost. It's just a bunch of stuff going on. But they're right. You had to watch the first one to understand this one. But they did a good job, and can't wait to see the next one, what they do with it, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All right, thank you. Amma Kusanagi, how about you?
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it started off creepy as hell with that guy and his mom and the campers there. And then I was confused what what happened with the when Ava showed up and the guy is like, I don't know how the guy had a gun to his back and somehow they got away. So I was a little confused with that. So that was the one thing that kind of I think threw me off. But yeah, if you saw the whole thing, if you saw the whole series up to now, and they were showing flashbacks, but she worked for what's the name of the company again?
Expedition.
Yeah, and I like to say I'm sorry to hear them go. Then they're disbanded and all that. So it's a sad day for the Star Citizen community. But yeah, so regarding the thing, it was really good. I mean, it was well done. The cinematography was good. The added effects were good. Terminate, non-hostile. Everything was extremely well done. I was kind of like when they finally get towards the end, like at that camp, I'm like, and cut. And, like I was just like, this has got to be over soon. I just couldn't. I didn't know how long it was. I didn't see the time on this thing, so I was just like, it just seemed very long. I just thought it was, they had a few opportunities to kind of like, extend it into another video. So it was very good.
Yeah, it was
creepy,
20 minutes
but
long.
good.
All right, thank you for that. Face to face, how about you? What are your thoughts about the video?
Oh, I enjoyed it. Like my dad said, we watched it earlier this week. Definitely got that RoboCop vibes. Prime Directive,
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, when it definitely said you're in violation of your Prime Directive, that's straight out of RoboCop.
Yeah, basically. The only thing that was
Yeah.
missing was the ED Prime or ED 211 or whatever. I forget the name, but yeah,
Right.
the bigger the big
ED-209.
robot that came out. ED 209. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, but it was definitely good production, definitely good sound design, everything, spot on. That's my 2 cents.
All right. Go Map. How about you?
That was great. I thought he did an amazing job. I particularly, and I'm surprised that our resident Jermaine Dupree and Barry Gordy over there didn't pick this up. But his environmental sound, like the landscape, like we switching from being inside of the ship to outside of the ship. And each ship cockpit had its own unique sound that isn't a part of the game right now, right? He had to go
Yeah.
and get that from someplace else, man.
That's the sound design.
Yeah, the sound design was amazing. Did you say the sound design?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, he said it. All right, sorry. My bad, Jermaine.
Franz and Hans. Yeah.
Would you rather be Hans and Franz, or would you rather be?
I didn't say it.
Would you rather be Jermaine Dupree and Barry Gordy?
Oh boy.
Say a word.
All right. So yeah, sound design was great. I did vividly remember the first one. So this was a very good wrap up of that story, right? I remember the first season, because if I'm not mistaken, there were multiple episodes in that, and this is kind of like the sequel to wrap it all the way up. With that guy. So yeah, that guy, that character, they built that. The thing is, they built up that creepy character a lot more, and this was like, all right, this is how he got taken out. You know what I'm saying? So they really didn't go into him very much this time, which
Yeah,
it
because
felt like
they had previous episodes where he was the star, basically.
yeah, they should have been like previously on Ready to Die. But
Yeah, right.
right, but yeah, I thought it was really good. I did a great job with that. Shots, sound, story, A1 all the way.
This was the conclusion?
I
don't know if it was a conclusion.
I don't know if it was a conclusion, but it felt like a conclusion.
Continuation.
Well, it almost felt like a conclusion, just because where they left it was kind of like, all right, she made it. She's remembering her past life. Now she's made it to Grim Hex, and she's going to become an evil or a criminal cyborg. Like, now is it going to be if they're going to do something, it's going to be a total different story arc, right? Because they killed the big bad. She killed the person that betrayed her and made her into this monster. Who the big bad the mother guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, she lit his ass up like when she heard mother, that's what triggered the memories. And yeah, she unless he's.
I mean, but the thing is, we thought Evil was dead too. So
yeah, look if that's where they're going with this thing, and they're going George R. Martin, everybody in this thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I give it that Game of Thrones. If your head ain't cut off, then you ain't dead.
So tune in next week. Tune in next week when Norman Bates is now a RoboCop as well, and then it's robot on robot action.
I'm done with that guy. That guy's storyline. I'm okay if they finish it. If that's done.
No, I'll be honest with you. I should have said it with one time. I'm not, because the way he did Mother's voice, I want to see Mother.
Okay.
I think she's dead and just is a figment of his imagination at this point.
Yeah. So were you done, Map?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Wait, there's one more thing.
I mean, all he was doing was collecting women, and like, I don't know, no comment, there. But I mean, yeah.
So my thoughts about the video is that I forgot how hard Mother is, how hard she's to understand, because even the closed captioning was like, "I give up." I had no idea what this woman, what that character is saying. So I still have trouble understanding Mother because the heavy modulation.
At least Mother was the only one that wasn't a potty mouth.
There we go. True.
Norman Bates wasn't too, if I could remember, but maybe I'm mistaken about that. But yeah, my notes I said Ava was Terminator, but you're more correct. She's more RoboCop than Terminator. When Ava went up to the guy to get that ship to go to the other place, he said, "We can discuss payment on the way." I'm like, "No, you better get payment now. Just don't wait for it. Get the payment now." So yeah, that was my thought when that happened. And yeah, I said closed caption is almost useless in this video because like every other word is like bleeped out, just like here. So if you somebody who really rely on closed caption, this video may not have been for you. So. But I did like the end where Ava lit the other guy up, because that's how episode 1 ended, where the guy lit Ava up. So that was a big closing of a circle, so to speak. So I did like that. What are your thoughts, Kalrati?
Yeah, well, to echo, I definitely echo some of the sentiments, the others have made. I definitely did like I did like the dialogue, apart from the expletives, and but I did like the pace specifically the dialogue, the pace of it. I liked the intonations of some of the characters, and particularly, I'm also very curious about if this is the end of it. Given I think it who knows, it could be seen as an open end as well, because you never know if Ava may end up with, or what she may do if she's starting to find herself, or we're going to see some other arc where she starts to find herself or develop her own character. There's always Pyro, and there's always new opportunities for them to develop her character there. Who knows, we may see some others as well. But yeah, it was a very interesting story, going from episode 1 to episode 7, and well, props to their efforts. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the pace of it. I enjoyed some of the tense moments as well. But I'm also hoping that we see more of Ava. If not, if it's not her individual kind of story arc, then some other story arc where she can perhaps be involved in it. So who knows?
All right, very funny, Carl. I like that.
Can I say one last thing, Fastcart?
Go ahead. Yep.
Is it okay? Oh, okay. I just want to say the movie would have been more confusing if they would have used hot dog fingers and fought with butt plugs. That's
Oh
all
my
I'm gonna say.
Oh,
That's all I'm gonna say.
Whoa,
To those that know, that's all I'm gonna say.
Pop.
Okay.
anything, everything,
Look
everywhere, all at
that.
once.
Hey, that's all I'm gonna say.
And
Go
there
Matt
goes
said
our
it.
monetization. Thank you very much.
Good thing he didn't tickle Ava.
Oh boy.
Hans and Franz after dark. Woo.
Hey, again, that was not me. Okay, just want to get that out there. Okay, miss.
Uh-huh.
All right, all right. So I think that's it for now. For this is Overclock Vengeance episode 7 by EE Studios. So that was a good episode. So thank you for that. So I think we're going to wrap up now. So on Saturday, we have Soul Voices at 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC. That's on YouTube. Well, that's on youtube.com/SoulCitizen and twitch.tv/SoulCitizen. That's where everything is now. So we're doing YouTube and Twitch. And every Saturday is we have Podcast Saturday on which is our podcast Saturday. So that's Soul Voices at 3 p.m. our show, and 6 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. UTC is Afterpub with Captain Table, and 9 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UTC is Relay Station with Relay SC. So check those guys out. Always a fun time. It's 6 hours of podcast, and you can tune into each one of them, all of them, if you choose to. And then after that, Kai, you want to tell people about this week's Soul Citizens?
Yeah, sure, Kai, go ahead.
All right.
No,
This week
Kalrati.
on Soul Citizens.
Why am I doing different names today?
Waka waka.
I had no
Waka,
idea
waka.
why I'm doing different names. Kalrati.
I was going to do it. I got my gold shirt
Hey.
on and everything.
Oh my god.
Go ahead, Kalrati, please.
Yeah, so this Sunday, catch us on at 2. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is not easy, right?
So catch us on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, midnight UTC, where we talk about the origins from Wing Commander to Freelancer. We're going to talk about the development and history of Wing Commander. We're going to talk about all the way throughout this Freelancer, and possibly how those, all of these games mingled, intertwined, and possibly influenced the development of Star Citizen. So catch us there. I think it's going to be really exciting. So I'm looking forward to everybody being there, and I'm looking forward to whatever it is that we're gonna discuss. So for those of you who played Wing Commander, Starlancer, Freelancer, I think it's gonna be a very Privateer, yes, Privateer especially. I think I think this is a show for you. So, and those who haven't, come on in. I'm sure it's gonna be very insightful. So see you there.
That's Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, midnight UTC, and I think that's going to be a pretty popular show, especially if all the, I don't want to say old head, but the older generation come by and stop by to reminisce about the show. I think that'll be pretty interesting. And don't forget to join us next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UTC for another episode of Soul Talk. We talk Star Citizen members of the community. That is this show that we're currently watching. We talk about whatever ISU will have. I don't believe there's a SCO tomorrow, so it'll just probably be ISU to continue to talk about 3.17.2 and people's experiences with the new patch. So that should be interesting. It should be fun. Don't forget to also we have reaction and reviews. Probably gonna do a new episode soon, but I don't want to give out too much details just in case it doesn't fall through. But hopefully we have another reaction and reviews episode. Don't forget to become a Soul Bro, Soul Sis, or Soulmate by clicking the join button on YouTube. You can also subscribe on Twitch if you choose to do so. We appreciate the support. We also have a Patreon. You should support us there. We always appreciate everyone who chips in whatever they can. We also have merchandise. We sell T-shirts, mugs, hats, long sleeve shirts, glasses, and mugs, and a whole bunch of stuff. So check our check out our Streamlabs. I guess it's Streamlabs link on Twitch.tv. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. We always appreciate it, and it helps us along the way. So thank you very much. I want to thank everyone for joining us. We had Admiral Krishnagi, Face to Face, Gomab, J2, Kai, Hot and Face, and my co-host Kalrati. At least I didn't mess up there, so hey. That's always a plus. I think that's it. Oh yeah, and CIG, as a personal favor to me, don't drive past an hour before I show, or a half hour before I show again, okay? As a personal favor to me, I appreciate it. So thank everybody for joining us. With that, I want to say, thank everybody again, and peace, love, oh, my bad.
I think we're doing a raid here.
Yes,
we're gonna raid. Good. Hopefully we can get it started. But yeah, Enterprise gonna raid Enterprise. So
No, we're gonna raid Night Fox Kilo.
Oh, okay. My bad. Night Fox Kilo. Thank you.
And he's a pretty brand new Star Citizen supporter. He pretty much just got the game really recently. So everybody just give him 11 support.
Yeah, thank you for that. You take try to steal my job, it's fine. Go ahead. Take everybody, peace, love, and soul.
See you, peeps.
Real gamers. We're having a good time.
Anybody got any cheese?
I was wondering who's good.
I don't know.
Wait,